A Whopper now costs you an arm and a leg. At one Burger King location in New York City, a simple Whopper meal hit a staggering $14, almost triple what it used to cost just a decade ago. It's not just a New York issue. Across the United States, the once affordable Burger King is now a symbol of a splurge rather than savings. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a pressing issue that's turning heads and emptying wallets. Remember when a trip to Burger King meant a quick, cheap meal? Well, those days are fast becoming a thing of the past. The culprit? A mix of inflation, economic downturns, and changing market dynamics are sending fast food prices through the roof. But why is this happening? Let's break it down. Recent statistics from Bloomberg have highlighted a nationwide trend where fast food prices have surged by over 6% in the past year alone, and Burger King is no exception. According to a report from CNN, this jump is largely due to rising costs in ingredients and labor, compounded by logistical challenges that have ratcheted up expenses across the board. It's not just the economics experts sounding the alarm. The Wall Street Journal points out that these price hikes are hitting consumers where it hurts, their pockets. With the cost of living skyrocketing, many families who once relied on fast food for quick and budget-friendly meals are now having to think twice. The reality is stark. What was once the king of affordability is now a luxury many can't justify. The pricey Whopper phenomenon. Ever wondered how much a Whopper could set you back these days? In some places, it's more than you might think. Take a look at a city like San Francisco, where a single Whopper meal now costs up to $11, a significant leap from the $5 price tag it boasted just 5 years ago. And it's not just in pricey urban centers, this trend is nationwide. Why are we seeing such steep increases at Burger King? A report from The Economist suggests that fast food prices are climbing faster than inflation, with some Burger King franchises increasing their prices by as much as 10% over the past year. Factors like these are reshaping the landscape of what was once considered an affordable meal option. Now, let's dig deeper into this with some cold, hard numbers. According to a recent study from the Economic Policy Institute, the fast food sector has seen an average price hike of around 7% across the board. What's more alarming is the ripple effect these increases are having. A survey highlighted by CNBC reveals that 3 out of 5 Americans are now less likely to dine out due to these rising costs, signaling a shift in consumer behavior that could have lasting impact on the industry. In regions with higher minimum wages and increased operational costs, such as Los Angeles and Seattle, Burger King outlets have been particularly hard hit. Data from Forbes indicates that in these cities, prices at fast food outlets have risen at nearly double the national average rate. This isn't just about economics, it's about accessibility to what was once a go-to meal for people on a budget. But it's not all doom and gloom. In response to customer backlash over high prices, some Burger King locations have started introducing promotional deals and loyalty rewards aimed at easing the burden on consumers' wallets. However, as reported by USA Today, while these efforts are appreciated, they might not be enough to stem the tide of changing consumer sentiments. So, what can you as a consumer expect moving forward? If current trends continue, that quick burger run might soon feel more like a luxury dine-out. As we continue to track these changes, it's clear that the era of the dollar menu is fading into the rearview mirror, replaced by a new reality where even fast food isn't immune to the crunch of inflation. Public outcry and media coverage. Did you know that a recent headline in a major newspaper declared fast food not so fast on the wallet anymore? This bold statement opened a nationwide discussion on the rising costs at places like Burger King, where a family meal now often exceeds what many expect to pay at a casual dining restaurant. Coverage from CNN has highlighted the impact of these price hikes, showing families at the counter in disbelief as they pay upwards of $50 for burgers, fries, and drinks. The narrative isn't just a media spin, it's the new reality for many Americans trying to balance tight budgets with the convenience of fast food. The story has not only captured the attention of news outlets, but also ignited debates across various platforms. Comment sections on related articles from the New York Times and the Washington Post are filled with personal accounts of shock and frustration as loyal customers recount their sticker shock experiences. One poignant example came from a college student who shared on Reddit how a quick Burger King stop, once a regular affordable treat, has now become a financial burden, resonating with many other users. In response, Burger King has communicated through channels like the Wall Street Journal, explaining that rising prices are a reluctant but necessary step to cope with increased cost for ingredients and wages. Bloomberg has also featured analysis by economic experts who predict that this might be an ongoing trend for the industry, advising consumers to adjust their expectations. Meanwhile, YouTube has become a hot spot for discussion, with influencers and consumer advocates exploring deeper into the economics of fast food. As this conversation unfolds, it's clear that the implications extend beyond just the cash register. It touches on issues of economic inequality, the affordability of living, and how businesses balance cost pressures with consumer loyalty. Economic impact on consumers. Do you realize that for some families, dining out at Burger King is now considered a luxury? According to a report from the Financial Times, nearly 20% of middle-income families have reduced their fast food consumption due to rising prices, underscoring a significant shift in consumer habits. But let's break this down. What does this mean for the average family? A recent study by USA Today revealed that the average cost of a fast food meal has increased by 8% in the last year, pushing many families to reconsider their dining choices. For those in lower income brackets, the impact is even more profound. The squeeze on disposable income means less spending on treats like eating out, which was once an accessible pleasure for many. The effects ripple further into the economy. A decrease in consumer spending on fast food can lead to fewer shifts for workers and potentially job losses in the sector. This could contribute to a vicious cycle of economic contraction, as noted by economists in a Bloomberg analysis. They suggest that for every 1% drop in the fast food industry's revenue, there could be a 0.5% decrease in employment opportunities within the sector. Additionally, as people tighten their belts, there's an increased interest in home cooking. A recent survey by the Wall Street Journal indicates that sales of cooking ingredients and budget-friendly meal kits have soared by 15% in the past year. This shift not only affects the restaurant industry, but also grocery markets and food manufacturers. Please take 2 seconds to help me out and hit the like and subscribe if you find this video interesting so far. Each like and subscribe helps support this channel and keep us motivated to keep making you great content. Thank you. Now, back to what I was saying. This economic tightening isn't just about fewer trips to Burger King. It's about a broader economic tension that affects multiple industries and the choices that families make every day. The long-term implications could be significant, reshaping consumer habits and economic patterns across the country. As we explore these trends, it's crucial to understand the interconnectedness of consumer behavior and economic health. What happens at the cash register of fast food chains can be an early indicator of larger economic shifts. So next time you pass by a Burger King, think about how this isn't just a story of rising prices, but one of changing lifestyles and economic adaptation. Health concerns. Can you imagine finding a burger that hasn't decomposed after sitting out for years? That's exactly what happened with a Burger King burger that became a viral sensation after it was discovered to have maintained its appearance for over a decade. This shocking revelation has sparked a massive discussion about what's really in the fast food we eat. Let's dig into the facts. According to a report by The Guardian, this phenomenon raised alarms about the preservatives and chemicals used in fast food, leading to public outcry for more natural ingredients. The incident has fueled a growing demand among consumers for transparency about what goes into their food, and fast food giants, including Burger King, are feeling the pressure. Nutritionally, the implications are significant. Consumer Reports highlights that such burgers are often high in sodium and preservatives, which can pose health risks when consumed frequently. The report points out that the average fast food burger contains approximately 1,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the daily recommended intake for an adult. The public's reaction has not gone unnoticed. A survey published by Bloomberg found that 65% of respondents now say they're more cautious about the fast food they consume. with many seeking healthier, more transparent options. This shift is pushing Burger King and other chains to gradually adapt their menus. For instance, as noted in a USA Today article, Burger King has introduced items with reduced preservatives and is testing plant-based alternatives in several markets. Moreover, this debate has spilled over into legislative arenas. Lawmakers, prompted by consumer advocacy groups, are considering new regulations on fast food labeling, aiming to increase transparency and encourage healthier options. This legislative interest, as covered by CNN, indicates a significant shift in how food policies might evolve in response to consumer demands and health concerns. So, what does this all mean for the future of fast food? As we continue to uncover what's really behind the quick meals many rely on, it becomes clear that the industry might be on the brink of a major transformation, pushed by consumers who want to know more about their food and choose healthier options. Consumer adaptation and market trends. As prices at Burger King climb higher, how are consumers adapting to these changes? It turns out they're getting pretty creative and increasingly conscious about their choices. According to a recent Consumer Reports survey, a growing number of diners are now leveraging digital coupons and mobile app deals to combat rising prices, a trend that's reshaping spending habits at fast food chains. Beyond just looking for deals, there's also a significant shift toward healthier and more cost-effective alternatives. A USA Today article highlights that 35% of consumers have increased their patronage of restaurants offering fresher, less processed options as fast food prices rise. This shift is not only about saving money, but also about investing in healthier eating habits. What's more, the landscape of fast food is seeing a wave of innovation driven by consumer demand. As reported by Bloomberg, Burger King and its competitors are experimenting with menu items that cater to dietary preferences like gluten-free, vegan, and low-calorie options. This diversification aims to not just retain customers, but to attract a new demographic that prioritizes health alongside affordability. Market analysts from the Wall Street Journal also note that the fast food industry is witnessing a surge in ghost kitchens, restaurants without dining areas that cater exclusively to delivery and pickup orders. This model reduces operational costs and, in theory, could keep menu prices down, although the savings aren't always passed on to the consumer. As these trends evolve, they paint a picture of a dynamic market where consumer preferences and economic realities are in constant flux. Fast food chains like Burger King are being compelled to adapt quickly or risk losing relevance in an increasingly competitive and health-conscious market. So, as we watch these trends unfold, one thing remains clear. The fast food industry of tomorrow will look drastically different from that of just a decade ago. How do you think these changes will affect your dining choices? What's next for Burger King? Imagine walking into Burger King and finding a menu that looks more like a tech startup's service list than a fast food joint's simple offerings. That might not be as far-fetched as it sounds. With rising prices and changing consumer tastes, Burger King is at a crossroads, needing to innovate or risk falling behind. So, what does the future hold for this fast food giant? According to experts quoted in a recent CNBC report, Burger King is exploring new technology-driven solutions like app-based ordering and AI-driven personalized menus to enhance customer experience and streamline operations. This could mean faster service and more tailored meal options to entice a broader customer base. But it's not just about technology. With health trends on the rise, a Bloomberg article suggests that Burger King might expand its offerings to include more plant-based and low-calorie options. This isn't just speculation, it's a response to a market where 30% of consumers are actively seeking healthier fast food choices, as per a recent USA Today survey. Furthermore, economic pressures aren't going away. As the Financial Times reports, Burger King is considering more dynamic pricing strategies. This could involve varying menu prices based on the time of day or the demand, a tactic already tested in other retail sectors. Also, sustainability is becoming a big selling point. A Wall Street Journal analysis highlights that younger consumers are particularly drawn to brands with strong environmental credentials. Burger King could leverage this trend by introducing more eco-friendly packaging and committing to more robust waste reduction measures. Lastly, let's talk about expansion. With the global market becoming even more accessible, Burger King is poised to increase its footprint, especially in emerging markets. A CNN business report discusses how the chain plans to open hundreds of new outlets in Asia and Eastern Europe, tapping into new consumer bases eager for American-style fast food. As we watch Burger King navigate these changes, one thing is clear: the fast food industry is evolving rapidly, and companies must adapt to keep up with shifting economic landscapes and consumer preferences. What do you think Burger King will look like in 10 years? Thanks for watching, and please make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed the video and watch this one as well.